Alright, so we're making bacon jam, and I have got my onions, and then I'm going to add ginger, mustard, then I have Jameson, bacon, brown sugar, a little garlic. We're done. Easy. Alright, hello, I am Jeff Kawakami, and I'm here with my friend Trevor Wayne. Hello. And we are going to make bacon jam. If you've been following me on any of my social media, you've been seeing bacon jam, and everyone's like, what is this stuff? You've never had it.
No, but I mean, if it has the word bacon in it, it's going to be good.
It's actually very easy to do, and I have to say, this is not my invention. My friend Paul McCullough, he introduced me to bacon jam, and ever since I've been hooked. And so I kind of stole this from you, sorry. You start with bacon, and I like to cook bacon in the oven because when you put it on a cookie sheet, you can cook it evenly and it cooks faster, and there's no mess. I cover this with foil, and if you cover this completely with foil, then you can just take it off and the pan's clean, you don't have to wash it. That's the best thing ever.
Which is something I've never heard, which I think is an amazing tip.
If you owned a pan.
If I owned... Look, I have an oven.
So we're going to saute up the onions and the bacon fat, and then once those get light in color and translucent, we're going to add mustard, grate some ginger in with your microplane, and you're going to cook that for a little bit. Then we're going to deglaze it with the Jameson. And I prefer Irish whiskey. Some of the recipes you'll see online call for bourbon, and I just don't like the way bourbon. I don't know if it's the smokiness that I don't like, but I'm just not a bourbon fan. The Jameson, I think, is already kind of sweet, and so it adds to what we're already doing right here. And so when that reduces down, we're going to add the chopped up bacon, and I'm going to add a little of this wonderful caramelized poached garlic that's poached in olive oil. Normally, for the recipe, I use 1 red onion and 1 package of bacon. So that's the ratios. It's going to be about a tablespoon of, maybe a tablespoon and a half of Dijon mustard, a teaspoon of ginger, and a cup of brown sugar. So that's the ratio for 1 portion, but we're making a lot because I need a lot.
This is a lot of pig.
It's delicious, a lot of pig.
Can't wait.
Alright, well, let's get in the kitchen.
Alright, let's do it.
Nice. So, like I said, we're going to start with, there's a little bit of bacon fat in the pot. Okay. And I love this pan. This is one of my favorite things to cook in because it's enamel cast iron, and so it really holds the heat, so it gets good even cooking temperature. We're going to start with the onions. And whenever I'm sauteing up onions, I like to just put a little pinch of salt because the salt is actually going to draw out the liquid from them, so they're going to cook a little bit faster.
So what are the, this is again big
This is a large portion, but yeah. But you would only do 1 onion with a little, and I just use a little bit of bacon fat because like I said, when you cook it, it's actually going to render a lot of the fat out of it, and it's going to separate from the bacon jam, so it's not going to be very fatty. We're going to chop this bacon. Lots and lots of bacon.
But yeah, that's why I decided to do the horror banana series was, I love horror, but the thing is I'm getting old, let's put it that way. And I'm at the stage where I just
We're not that far apart in age.
You know, I don't want negative imagery in my life anymore. I don't want to watch dramas. I don't want to watch things that are going to make me sad. I don't want to watch people murdering each other.
So, the onions are looking good.
Okay.
Notice how they're softened, they're getting kind of translucent, there's a little caramelizing going on in there.
Yeah. A lot.
This is a technical thing. That's like 4 tablespoons, but once again I'm doing a large batch. You would normally do like 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of mustard. Alright, so I got a little ginger root, and I'm just going to grate that right in. That's cool about bacon. That makes
bacon is God.
A little bit. See all that caramelization at the bottom of the pan?
Yeah.
That's flavor. And then
that's what that
Jameson. You're going to add, with the regular recipe, you'd add about a half a cup of Jameson. See actually how this is already thickening up. And looking delicious. And so now, all that wonderful, yummy, delicious bacon.
Oh, jeez, look at that.
And a friend and I were talking about this. I think bacon jam should be a part of Thanksgiving. Like, bacon jam is good on everything. You want to eat it with steak. You want to eat it on potatoes. You want to eat this. Like, when I work, when I do my parties, I make appetizers. I hear whiskey in the background. I make appetizers of smashed potatoes. Like, I roast little baby potatoes, and I smash them down and bake them, and then I top them with bacon jam. And people love it. Alright, brown sugar. How come you taste so good? Bacon just complements sweet so well. And this is one of those things that's really like sweet and salty. And so it kind of hits like every kind of flavor point in your mouth. Like Like, this is fatty and sweet and salty and gooey, and you know, it's a treat. I'm not saying I'm making health food right now.
And I'm not vegan, trust me, I love a dead animal as much as the next meat eater. I found my first gray hair on my beard.
Well, if you don't cook this enough to make it the jam consistency, it's just gonna be a little watery. It's not gonna be as caramelized, and you want to fully cook the bacon, or it's gonna be a little like rubbery. But if you fully cook it, it's just gonna have a nice texture to it. So if you don't cook it long enough, it might be a little watery, it might have a little like gummy texture, and that's gonna be gross. So I'm making sure that I'm literally just cooking out the liquid that's in everything. So that's the steam that's coming off. So we're evaporating the mixture right now. So all that excess moisture that's in the bacon, all that excess moisture that's in the sugar and in the onions, and then the Jameson that we added, we're cooking all that liquid out, and we're just left with thick, gooey jam goodness. So if you can see, like I was saying before, that's all the bacon fat that is actually separated from the bacon jam. So it naturally pushes out, it makes its own kind of caramely consistency, and leaves you that bacon fat, and you can just drain that off. Here's some delicious garlic mashed potatoes. And then we're gonna take a big ol' wow. See, with the potatoes, I just love like bacon jam and potatoes.
And especially the garlic and the potatoes are so good.
I'm telling you, make this. This is something you're gonna be like, why is there not bacon jam in my life? Oh, I'm gonna lick that off the counter.
This is insane. This is better than ice cream.
This is one of the most delicious things, I think, in the world.